So we get back to the other group that is currently dealing with hostile literature.
So these are 11-year-old kids, and I think Mac looks genuinely scared before realizing this is his mistake, and he's put Grizz in jeopardy before standing up and putting his hands on his hips and pointing at the books. So I think to try and give the book a command, does it count as a magical creature?
I will say yes.
So he will point at the books and say, "That's no way for a book to behave. Books should be on shelves and they should be there for reading, not for eating other books."
Okay, so go with it without loyalty.
That's a 6 plus 2 is an 8. So I'm going to say that they do what I want, but I'm going to take I'm going to take the stress condition to represent that this was a rather scary moment.
Yeah, so the books actually calm down and they pile in one of the fine desks that are on the first floor of the library part of the Dragon Tower, and they wait impatiently to be read.
I think Mac's going to check on Grizz first of all. Is like, "Are you all right, lassie?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a bit shaken up. This is not quite what I anticipated, but you handled things well as you always do. So I suppose we should get to reading. I don't know. Do you think they'll attack us?
I think they should be all right. They should be all right now.
Yeah, you seem to have subdued them. Thank heaven. Oh, shoot, my headphones aren't plugged in. Apologies. Would this be the sort of thing where we want to, I guess it's not using magical objects, so never mind. Maybe, but like there's the role, we could gain knowledge, but I kind of like the idea of doing the role where there's not a move that really applies, where somehow the books we need, like,
Okay,
forward.
let's reverse the order. What do you intend to get from this?
Well,
I'm gonna let Mac.
I think. Well, I'm assuming a little scan of how to train war dragons isn't going to be enough. So I think Mac's intending to take the book.
Okay,
But like the right book, right? We need to know.
Yeah, I think I've already identified the right book. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of these 5. So, okay, so all that you need to do is just take the book. No roll required. Just actually taking the book, just take it as a magic item.
Okay.
Now, how you get from the tower?
I mean, I could try casting Wingardium Leviosa while we're still in the tower, and then if it goes off well, we can float down out the window. But if it doesn't seem to be working, we could try something else.
I think Floating down is probably the sensible one. Unless he looks at the fireplace in the corner of the room and it says, unless we try to apparate back into the castle.
Do you know that? That's a pretty advanced spell. Do you know how to do it?
I read it.
Well, and I've seen my older siblings do it. I might be able to try to remember.
I think this is part of the flu network. I think this will take us back in. How else are they going to be getting up and down between here and then? Can you see Dumbledore climbing up those chains? I can't see Dumbledore climbing up down those chains.
I mean, not only no, but also I've been keeping an eye on the tower because I knew we were going to want to go in, and I haven't been seeing anyone come and go. So that must be the way people are getting in and out. I'm willing to try it if you are. I just seems a bit risky, but I like that's why you're friends with a Gryffindor, right? Risks be damned.
Well, we could do that, or maybe there's a broomstick around here somewhere.
I mean, the Accio spell does seem a little bit easier than apparating. I don't have mine here, but do you think someone would have just left one?
Well, I would imagine in this sort of, if there was a problem, there might be a way to get out. So, I think, or we could climb back down the chains, I suppose, which might be.
That's a long way down, and I'm not as strong as you are. I mean, I could try to roll gain knowledge and see if there's like a secret passage we could find that would like lead us down.
Okay, so give me again knowledge.
That's plus intellect, which I think is a 0 for me. Because it's pertaining to Mac as well, do I get the bonus or no? It's not technically at him.
Well, if he's also helping you search, yeah, they can help you.
I'll help.
Okay. I got a 9, so if you help enough to give me a +1, or if I can take a +1 for knowing you or whatever else, then we get a 10 on this.
Do I need to roll a help or hinder, or do you not just get a +1 from the fact that we are?
That's what I was asking a minute ago.
No, you get a +1 on the help roll.
All right, okay. Well, I will roll help and hinder. Then. This is a terrible room, and I have failed.
So what do we have in the end?
I had a 9 to start with, so.
Okay, so that's still good.
Yeah, it would have been nice to bump it up to like 1 more, but.
So what is the question you asked?
I am looking for a way out of here that is safer than all of the methods we've. Like if there's a secret way or some way that is less dangerous than all of the things we've thought of so far. I have to ask one of the specific questions, right?
No, but because I don't have to answer it completely, it's fine. You go look around the fireplace and you check all the obvious places where where the fireplace might move, where they might be storing the floor dust, and you find a loose brick and you pull it out, and there is a phoenix feather. But the phoenix feather, it's on a careful pillow and it's covered by a crystal lid. And you get the impression that this is a port key, but you don't know where it will lead.
Well, I mean, phoenixes are usually good. So probably somewhere good. I feel like it's going to, like, send us to Dumbledore's office or something. But maybe he's not there.
Well, maybe he's not there. I've got a bad feeling about this. We could end up getting into a lot of trouble, I think.
You are not wrong, I don't think. I just, we saw that one dragon on the floor we came into, and I don't know what's on the other floors of this tower. And I do like to rush headlong into danger, but I just, I don't want us to get hurt. I would be really crushed if anything happened to you.
Let's find out. So I suppose we need to use a magical item.
Yeah, it's a port key. You just need to touch it.
So
Yeah.
I can, if we're touching each other, would we go together?
Yes.
So I have a pretty high magic score.
I don't.
So maybe I should roll that. And then, like, you can hold my arm, or we can hold hands or something. But maybe I should be in charge of attempting the roll, even though I usually roll really badly. So, but still, I think I have a good magic score, right?
Yeah.
It's
+2.
2. What do you think, Mac?
I trust you. We'll figure it out. Whatever's on the other end.
All right. Let's do this. Of course, right now is when 1,000. Like, do you want to update everything? Appear on my computer. No, go away. Stop blocking my things. My meter mark. Okay. Roll for your party. Here we go. So it's a 7 with my +2 on magic. Thank God.
Okay, so what you pick? There's something unexpected but helpful. It's not as powerful as it should be. Works as expected, but you take a condition from using it.
I'm going to say the object does something unexpected but helpful. That seems like the best option. Helpful is good.
So you hope to get away from here. But, and indeed, it seems to change, and you can recognize the walls of the castle as you pop back into reality. And you seem to be on a small room that is adjacent to what seems to be as an officer of a teacher that you never saw before. And you can hear from the other side of that office a gentle humming. And next to you, there seems to be a sleeping phoenix on this small room. And there is a pile of coats and robes and hats.
I do like hats.
So the only exit from these 3 rooms seems to be the entrance of the office. And you can see that the phoenix is starting to move, and it seems to be peeking out of one eye. So what do we do?
Now, when we touch the port key, it doesn't come with us, right? It just transports us, so we don't have the feather.
You don't have the feather anymore.
Okay. Booerns. I had an idea, but that won't work. Can we try talking to the phoenix?
You
Approach
can.
a magical creature, I guess. Mac, do you think it's a good idea?
Supposing it's a phoenix who's already half awake. I think Mac says maybe we should just try and sneak our way out. Are you humming because we can hear someone humming?
Yes.
Then definitely the plan is to try and sneak out. I think.
Are the voices we're hearing on the other side of the wall where the door is, though? Like, are we going to walk in on a bunch of people?
No. Basically, you have a small side room, the office, another small side room, and the exit is on the office. So all you need to do is not get the whoever is humming on the other side to notice you. You just sneak away.
Okay. Well, you should roll the sneak move, I think, because my cunning is down. I will follow your lead.
Let's see. So that is a 6 plus 2, I think. That's cunning, yeah. So I am going sneak out, and I think that the consequence is that it will leave some kind of trace or evidence behind.
Yeah. As you are sneaking, and as you open the door, and there is this sort of your book starts coughing, and it throws up a bundle of glue and torn pages, and you hear the humming stopping, and you just rush outside of the office, and you are not able to catch whatever pages it threw up. So why don't we cut back to the other two, which have their backs turned to whatever is moving on the roof, and are right next to this pool of water that leads to the tubing.
Am I slightly behind Argus? Like, I'm imagining that Argus is kind of searching through the corners really thoroughly, and I'm imagining like Lawrence is sort of back, maybe looking in a different corner. So can I see what's slithering at Argus? Or is it above us, like, so that neither of us can see it?
It's above, but you can see something massive moving in the shadows of the roof.
Lawrence is gonna be like, Argus, watch out, there's a thing.
Like where? Like in the water? And Argus would probably like look around, but nobody's used to aliens digging on the ceiling, so he's probably where? I don't see anything.
Like above you, which is a terrible thing.
Yeah, and it's like Argus is like really slowly looking up because things on ceilings are usually creepy things, so he looks up.
This is
The first thing that you see is a long, dangling tongue. It's like 3 meters of tongue just dangling there and extending. I guess I'm sensing something.
I'm trying to figure out what Lawrence can try to do. Because Maria has like an idea of what this could be, but Lawrence has like zero idea.
So how about again knowledge to see what you know about this?
Oh, okay. Has Lawrence read this in a book? Oh, my intellect is -2 right now because I took stress as a condition. So this is gonna go terribly.
It's -1. It's -2 to whatever you
Oh,
have.
yeah, right. Yes. Gain knowledge. Plus intellect. Okay. Zero selected. 4 minus 1. 3. It's a friend.
Okay, so you can still ask a question, but I am under no obligation.
No, Lawrence, don't approach it. No.
Oh, wait, okay. So ask a question. Is it one of these questions?
Yeah.
What do I remember about slimy creatures
You
in water?
remember something about some sort of powerful river snakes, and how some of them seem to be like some lost progenitor of the dragon races. But as you have been making too much noise, you just suddenly you feel the sharp tongue that is covered in blades just surround Lawrence and start pulling him towards its mouth. So you're gonna take a condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I pick one or do you tell me which
You
one?
pick one.
I'm taking scared.
Yes, and it's pulling you towards its mouth. So what Argus does, as Lawrence is being tongue wrapped by this massive.
Yeah, I think. Wait, I'm practicing. I think we see Argus like take his wands. Lawrence, no, I will save you. And he like takes the casting stance and he points at the tongue and he shouts, "Petrificus totalus!"
Okay, roll for it because this spell never turned out badly this session.
Oh.
Lawrence is just like frozen and internally screaming.
It's an 8. So what are my options? Of course, I attract unwanted attention.
Okay, so you paralyze its tongue, and that is with the thud that Lawrence falls into the floor, and the massive creature starts to extend in your direction. Oh my god, it's enormous. It seems it's uncurled and uncurled and uncurled, and you cannot even see the end of its tail. And it extends its mouth, dangling the useless tongue, and you can see the long teeth, row and row after row, and it's blind, and it seems to be emanating some strange magical energy flowing around it, but you cannot put your finger on it, and it's going to try to swallow you whole.
Me or Lawrence?
You, because you got the unwanted attention.
Right.
No, Lawrence, go get help. I will try to hold it off.
It's gonna eat you if I don't do something. Thinking. Lawrence tries to tackle it. Yeah, stand in the face of danger.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll plus bravery, which is still +1. Okay. Wait, scared. Okay. Yep. Oh no! 3 + 1 is 4. This tackling a snake is probably not the best idea.
Yeah, you're going to do back at it, but again, it's a progenitor of dragons, and its scales are as hard as dragon scale, and it has this mucous membrane on top of it, and it's half coiled, so you just get the feedback of the elastic tension, and it tackles you back against the wall, and you're gonna get the condition unconscious, and because it's unconscious, you can prevent it by marking any other condition instead.
Oh, okay. So if I don't want to be unconscious right now,
Yeah, so you can
I
mark
can take injured instead.
Yeah, but injury is a pretty nasty one.
Yeah, it is true. Oh, but injured makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So how are you injured?
Well, if he slammed me against the wall, I think I'm like stunned, like kind of like my head. So, but at least I'm conscious.
Yeah, and at least you distracted the creature long enough for Argus to do something.
So the question is: so do we finally have the mirror with us or not?
You can use a lick point to have a mirror, but it still does not seem to be a basilisk by the virtue that it's blind.
No. The question is to Pearl, because she has this like 2 communication mirrors.
Well,
How
that's
do
a
we-
So I was thinking about this in the chat earlier. I think I gave one to Mac and I'm keeping it a secret.
Okay.
As handy as it would be to have it, I
Yeah.
feel like it's like a special thing between me and my bestie.
That makes sense.
Well, you still don't know what this is. There's also that.
Argus, you should try to figure out what it is. Maybe.
There's also the option that Matt could have loaned them his anyway. I would not have done so, but
is the water pipe large enough that a child can fit in through, or is it like a tiny pipe, or is it like like a sewer pipe, like a large size?
This thing doesn't go through, so you are safe. You are safe.
No. The question is, can we go through the water pipe and I don't know, try to fly through the water pipe?
Yes, you can, but how are you going to do that?
That's my signature spell. Yes, Lawrence, stay put. I'm going to fly us through the pipe. Whatever awaits us on the other side. Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay, go for it.
So since it's a charm and I'm favorite subject charm, I think I have an extra +1 to this.
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that.
5, 6, 7. Yes, I'm so happy. My favorite subject are charms. It's a 7.
Okay, what you pick?
Well, I don't want to be too much out of trouble. I think the effect doesn't last as long as it should. So I'm trying to first like grab Lawrence and just like levitate him up the pipe, and then trying to get myself up through the pipe to the next whatever pipe level. But I'm not sure if I'm able to like hold the spell long enough to get us both out of here.
Like, I have an idea.
Okay,
Lawrence has a terrible idea.
Okay, let's see the resolution of that spell casting first.
Okay, yeah.
So you go to the pipe, and you are going at flying as fast as you can. You can see the creature following you, and it's a way better swimmer than you expected. Not that Lawrence expected, knowing that it's a river snake thing. And you are propelled at high speed into the lake. And that's when the spell fades away. And you are deep within the lake, deep underwater, and you don't have flying magic anymore. What do you do?
We
So we
know how to swim, right?
So we are under the water, like
Deep
we are propelled, and we like land already in the water, or are we like falling to the lake?
You are deep within the lake. You are sinking inside the lake.
Okay.
Let's try to swim upwards.
Well, that's hard stuff because I don't think Argus is a good swimmer, and all the clothes are probably like pulling him down. It's just like waves around, like.
Yeah. Should we stand in the face of danger? This seems
If you try to
dangerous.
swim, yes.
Okay. Lawrence is gonna try to swim and try to like grab Argus because having done
Remember that you are injured.
right, I am injured, so that's a -1 to life. -1 to all traits. Okay. So that makes my bravery a flat roll then. Oops, wrong one. Oh man. Okay, so that's a 7. What are the modifications? 0. So I think it's a 7.
Yeah, so you get to pick one.
If I say you flee, does that mean that Lawrence can grab Argus and swim to the top of the lake?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yes, we do have luck. I should use luck. Yeah, I'll use luck.
Okay, so what do you pick then?
I think the fiction fits better for like a roll move rather than standing in the face of danger because we have nothing to hurt the water back.
Right.
No, it will apply because remember, there's a big snake coming.
There's still a snake.
Oh, okay.
What
And
I
you
wanna
do have the option of you flee, but you don't suffer any serious consequences, which
Mhm.
seems like
Yeah.
probably a good one to
Yeah.
consider.
That's actually, I don't know if I need to use luck for that then, because I have 7.
No, it's a
So I
7
think
line then.
fleeing and not suffering any serious consequences actually seems pretty good, because I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the snake with.
So the two of us in panic and wet run into the forest. Yes.
No, you ran back into the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and I guess you're on your way to the infirmary when you see the other two running from what seems to be the headmaster quarters.
Well, since Lawrence is wounded, I suppose after we run long enough, I'm just like supporting you and helping you go, and yeah, we are definitely going.
And we're like
infirmary.
soaking.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
wait, do we run into the other two or?
Yeah. You were
Okay.
on your way off the infirmary, I think.
Okay.
And they are coming from the headmaster's room.
So how did it went, guys? We went swimming.
Giant snake, Griselda. It was a giant snake.
Well, at least it wasn't the giant squid.
It tried to eat us.
Okay, I can see why that would be troubling.
Squids don't have 3 meters long tongues.
Let's get you both into just some dry clothing and we can regroup. This is ridiculous. And let's get the book. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to rush back into the headmaster's room and get the pages.
Are you
For
sure
Mac.
about that? Because remember, you have to get the train so you can go back to Scotland where you can, spend Christmas. Do you want to risk more delays? Do you want to risk getting detention and spending Christmas here?
We went through all that trouble to get the book for Mac. It's really important to him. I'm not just going to leave the pages there.
Here's the book.
But what if the pages are what he needs?
They are the pages of the book that it was eating.
Oh. I guess we don't need those then, right?
Does Lawrence even need to go to the infirmary then if we have to catch a train?
I guess
time?
basically first care, but that will probably be spending the Christmas on a cast, but he'll find. Yeah. So you
Still
still
just like-
have a bit of time. The question is what you want to risk to do.
I mean, maybe we should exchange what we learned. I should tell, like Argus and I should tell Griselda and Mac about the Order of the Phoenix person and the list that Anemone was writing. So that information is just told with like muttering about giant snakes in there. So, like this was
Yes. Giant snakes. Very sorry. Let's not go back in the water. So first of all, Anemone is, I don't think, to be trusted in general. But it's good to know about the list. Maybe we can do something about it. Second of all, the Order of the Phoenix. Now, I'm not surprised, Lawrence, but really, Argus? You really like...
What?
You've never heard of them, even in passing?
I've heard of
You
them.
think
They are like,
they're evil?
yes, there's a murderous cult.
How did you get into Ravenclaw? They are not a murderous cult. I'm not going to reveal the source of my knowledge since you are clearly irrational, but they are not a murderous cult. They are here for the benefit of us all. And you are my friend. I will try to be restrained, but if you do anything against the Order of the Phoenix, I will stop you.
And what if your information solutions are wrong?
They aren't.
London.
One of the things I'm good at is finding out secret information. You may have noticed.
Well, good thing I'm going home. I'll ask my dad about Order of Phoenix, and I will be well informed next time.
Okay. I hope your dad knows as much as he should. Because going against the Order of the Phoenix means aligning yourself with other things. There are rumors. I hear rumors. I have people I talk to. Mac, do you know what I'm talking about?
Mac has ignored this entire conversation and is reading the book. He just looks at you and goes, I'm going to suggest that's enough to be hurtful to someone to release my stress condition.
Sure. And I'm actually, I think for the first time ever, I'm going to snap at Mac and just be like, for God's sake, Mac, you know, I try to do everything I can to help you and follow your lead, but for once, can you just not treat me like an accessory? This is important.
Mac stands up sharply, forgetting normally he would sort of fold, and then he sort of tries to fold the book and looks flustered and says, "I'm sorry, Lassie. You're right. I'm not being a good friend. First time, I think you'll probably note the state that the other two are in, and goes, bloody hell, what happened to you, pair?
We just finished telling the whole story.
Don't get them started. That we'll be hearing about the snake for hours. I will fill you in on that. The key things right now is there, and Anemone is writing a list of muggles that seems to be problematic. And there is, in fact, a giant snake, which we're not talking about right now, Lawrence. Also, no.
I think Mac's biting his tongue because he realizes he's upset Grizz, but he really wants to talk to Lawrence about the giant snake. It's like going.
And also, Argus seems to think that the Order of the Phoenix is like a cult of bad guys. And what I was trying to ask you was if you were in the know at all about the Order of the Phoenix. I have sources on many things, but I know that not everybody does.
Would I be, Ludo?
What?
Would I know anything about the Order of the Phoenix? Would I
Yes,
have any
let's
reason to know anything?
that Argus did to see what your family told you about the Order of the Phoenix.
So that's again knowledge, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 12.
Yeah, you actually not only well. First of all, which question you want to ask? So I can rephrase it.
What's the history of this? I suppose I want to tell them the history of the Order of the Phoenix.
You know for a fact that the Order of the Phoenix has been, in one form or another, been a strong presence in Hogwarts and in Wizarding Society after all, and has always been some sort of community protection for both muggles and wizards, especially considering all the wars in the wizarding worlds and the let's say supremacist groups of the 20th century. And you were never sure, but you have the suspicions that at least one of your parents was involved with the Order of the Phoenix at some point, but you're sure that those days were behind. So you know that your family has been supporting these efforts to community defense in one way or another, and you suppose that they did that sometimes more directly, maybe when they were at Hogwarts or maybe at some point after.
I think you've been reading the wrong books. There's nothing wrong with the Order of the Phoenix, Argus. You're mistaken.
Thank you.
Now, with that resolved, tell me about the giant snake.
Okay, so it had a really long tongue, and it was really slimy, mucusy, and it tried to eat Argus and me, and it was really good at swimming. And maybe it looked like a prehistoric dragon thing. Like maybe dragons came from it. I don't know. Oh,
I'm going to interrupt somewhat rudely at this point, but to say, as exciting as the giant snake is, you two are standing here sopping wet, and you are holding a forbidden book that we just stole from a hidden tower, and perhaps this conversation could happen after we stop looking like super suspicious steely water things. We can meet at the statue, half an hour. Everyone get cleaned up.
Do you know, Grizz, you're probably the only one of us who's got a brain between us. You're right.
That is
Very
made me
true.
feel better about the last thing. So,
Argus thinks like he has been shamed by the other two too much. Like, can I cast like a higher year spell by just spending luck points, or attempt to? Ludo?
Sorry, what is exactly the question?
Is it possible to cast spells from higher years?
Yes, it's a spell that you don't know, so you can burn a luck point to try to emulate it. Yes.
Yeah. So
you can learn it somehow, and then you don't have to spend the.
Nah, I need to show off. So like, Argus like stands there. I might not have been reading the proper materials, but I have learned some useful spells, unlike the two of you. And he like takes his wand, he aims at Lawrence, and does. So where are you wounded? Can you remind me, Lawrence? Where's your injury? You're muted.
like slight concussion maybe in the back of my head from being like whacked against the wall by the bouncing off the snake.
Cool. So I'm looking at which spells should I cast. Yeah. So and I like aim at you, and then just say like Episki,
What's that one do?
minor healing spell.
Okay. Is this where Lawrence is decapitated?
So I'm using a luck point, and
Okay.
yeah. Well, a luck point to cast it. Now let's see
So
how it
am
actually
I.
goes. Wow, I got a full 10.
Oh, perfect. So it's exactly what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yay.
Yeah, I was trying to show off by healing my friend Lawrence.
So does it feel like warm magical things? I don't. Lawrence is like, I'm glad that worked.
Yeah, I see. I was practicing. This is like so I have learned in other departments, not some secret orders, whatever.
While I am glad that Lawrence is okay, and I thank you for doing that, I feel like casting unsanctioned magic on top of being sopping wet and having stolen books from Egret Towers is not helping with the situation I'm trying to rectify here. Can we please all get back to our respective houses and fix it? I have been pulling stuff like this for years. You don't stand with the evidence, guys.
Fine. And Lawrence is just like, you're no fun.
Such a
I'm
bummer.
the funnest. What is this all these things have been my plans. I'm just trying to stop you from getting expelled, and we need to catch the train.
Okay, yes. You make good points. So Lawrence just trudges away if other people start trudging away too.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, looking shamed, I think Mac leaves.
I would say we finish with the Christmas montage. So let's go. How is each of you spending Christmas?
I think, I go back to my family with my, older siblings, all of whom have many tales to regale us with of their successes. And I can't tell any of the things that we've done since they've all been against the rules. And I show my few feeble spells that are nothing compared to what they all can do. But then, on Christmas Eve, I go and write in my magic mirror, I hope you're having a good Christmas Eve, Mac. Miss you. See you at Hogwarts.
I think Argus. At first, we see he has to give a detailed description of how this semester went, very detailed classes, everything, people he talks to, and then we see the other part of the Christmas when his dad is telling him not to hang out with his kids because going adventuring to some staircases, finding some water snakes. This is not what he's supposed to do. He should be good student, and he's forbidden for even talking to the other guy, to the kids. He should stay in the class. And we see this adventurous description, and then his father just grilling him over his bad behavior.
Lawrence? Mac?
I was wondering, did Mac invite people in general to Christmas of the McLagans?
And anyone who wanted to come to Christmas at the McLagans was welcome to do so.
Yeah, so I think Lawrence does go home for a little bit, but I don't know if it's before or after. What?
Well, if it's Scotland as it is, then coming for New Year's and Hogmanay would be even more keeping. So perhaps we'll go to our families for Christmas, but come to
Yes.
the keep on the Hebridean Black Isles for New Year's.
That was probably what Lawrence did. So he probably went home and was like, yes, I went to school. And like, I don't think he's hiding magic from his parents, but I think he's definitely downplaying the trouble that he got into. And it's a huge family gathering. So it's like extended family. And he's just like, I went to school and I learned the history of things and also different languages and biology. And then he'll go off to Scotland for New Year's, where I don't know what will happen. Probably try to like. Is it a castle?
Oh, aye, Scottish castle.
Ah, so he's definitely wandering around being like, what are these suits of armor? Dragons? Just like in awe of Alistair and his very imposing family. So this is not helping at all with Lawrence feeling a little bit intimidated still. But, you know, now there's giant snakes to talk about.
And of course, Lawrence will be forced to wear a kilt because that's traditional. Everyone has to wear a kilt when they're in the keep. Max spent the Christmas part studying the book and out in the wild dragon crags on the island, trying to figure out how he can start on his quest to train dragons for war again. He, of course, responds back to Grizz's message saying that he misses her too, and wonders what hijinks they will get up to in next semester. I think I'm going to spend my advance on magical items, where I'm going to give send a magical mirror to everyone. So Grizz and Mac have still got their special one, but there's one that we've also got. And I'm going to suggest that also includes whoever's taken up the fourth seat next time, as Pavel's not here, so we can bring them in quickly into play.
I'd like to add one last thing onto mine that I thought of like 2 seconds after I finished, which is that, significantly after Christmas has passed, because Griselda does not do things on time generally, Mac gets a book in the mail, like one that Griselda probably had no way of procuring legally, but a really old, like, first edition book on the Black Highland dragons and the history and various other things. And Lawrence and Argus both get howlers that scream Christmas carols at them for like 20 minutes straight.
Lawrence is just
Every
like
Christmas carol.
hiding in his room, like stuffing it under a pillow, because how is he going to explain this?
You can still hear it. It's just muffled.
Yeah.
She does care about them, but she has to be Griselda. So howlers it is.
It's excellent. It's like those Muggle Christmas cards, they're like that you open and it has like the recording that people can make in them now. But
And I guess Christmas was past, and you returned to Hogwarts. And as you are on your way back, what tells you that something really bad happened at Hogwarts while you were absent?
I would say there are a lot more professors and staff people on the train than there were when we first caught it. And they all deny that there's any reason for it or that it's changed. Like, no, this is always how many there are, that sort of thing. But clearly, that's not the case. We were.
What else?
Lauren, sorry, Alistair's father is recalled to London during the Christmas holidays and is unable to be there for Hogwarts. It has a little bit of a dampener on the festivities. He hasn't returned by the time we return to school.
Argus?
I'm tempted to say that someone's missing, and let's say that Emmerich might be missing. He didn't return, and nobody heard of him. Although, if we spend some time, we maybe like hear some stories about Emmerich, but like nobody wants to tell us what happened.
Yeah, and everyone seems to be, because people are not sure if Emmerich had gone home. But Griselda, Emmerich is your neighbor, and he was not home. You are pretty sure that he spent Christmas on Hogwarts.
Yeah, I assumed he stayed here, and I was glad for it.
Yeah, but
Right.
apparently people have been assuming so far that he just went home. It's not suspicious. He probably changed his mind. But no, people have been telling stories, and now they are outright scared because now they know that he has been missing.
I mean, he's like a bigoted, muggle-hating ass. Griselda is hoping it was
Well,
the
that's
Order of
what
the
you
Phoenix.
assumed. But remember, he was on the list.
Yeah, well, self-hating muggles, it happens. But
Yes.
I mean, we saw him like saying nasty things about muggles and having the newspaper early on. And I think we established that I knew this from being his neighbor. So I'm hoping the Order of the Phoenix took him personally. And I'm going to be cagey about it when people ask.
Okay.
I'm
Lawrence.
also assuming that my parents are members of the Order of the Phoenix, and I've been
Of
eavesdropping
course,
on them, and that's why I know so much about them.
That's very Griselda. So, Lawrence, what do you
I think
find changes on Hogwarts?
I think on the way in at like platform 9 3/4, like Lawrence felt like he was being watched more. Like it seemed like there were more people mingling around than usual. And then just like maybe he got just like a few notes from professors just checking in over the break, but it just felt like there was more people watching or keeping track of him, and he doesn't know if it's just him or if it's like all the other Muggleborns. So like he probably would like try and talk to Carla on the train and be like, "Hey, do you feel like there were more people watching us or something than usual?" Just to get a sense of like if it's just his feeling like people are staring at him or.
Yeah, and it's not Ministry people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't recognize. They were not like the people that were here back when the school here started. They're someone else. And I don't know. I hope that it's not the same inside the school.
Yeah. Because I don't think it feels like a friendly, watchful eye. I think it's like a "why are you here" eye, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think we're gonna advance to end of session procedure, unless there is something that someone really wants to get done before.
I can do it next session, but I'm going to go talk to Dumbledore. Like directly. I'm just going to go up to his chambers and knock and be like, what the hell? But that could be next.
Yeah, I guess I guess that's probably going to be way longer than what you planned. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that next session.
That's my only thing.
Anything that someone wants to get done before we end? Okay, so let's go through the end of session procedure. So anyone has any advance they want to take that they can take? I mean, we had a lot of failures this session.
I feel like I probably forgot to mark one of mine because I had 1 or 2 to start and I'm at 3. And I know I failed at least 1 or 2 rolls, but I don't know for sure, so I don't want to like cheat accidentally.
Okay, so let's go first to mysteries that we think that have been solved or dropped. So who writes the Muggle paper?
We have not solved.
Are you sure? Is that what Lawrence and Argus think?
Oh.
I don't know.
I thought she was just copying it down for her own use, not like to distribute.
Yeah, but maybe you have a better lead than just who writes, right?
Do
Do we?
I don't
That's
think Argus was ever introduced to the paper, so
All Lauren saw is Anemone copying out like writing her list of names and then just copying an article from the paper, but there were multiple copies of it.
Okay, so we're gonna keep this mystery then. So who cursed the giant squid?
We still don't know.
Do you want to drop it?
I mean, I feel like I would like to combine all the mysterious animal related things into one mystery.
That's true. We can combine this with the creature of the secret staircase.
The snake.
Yeah, and what is wrong with the cursed animal, magical creatures?
but I actually wanted to resolve the staircase because we know what it is, at least.
Yeah, it's resolved. But we know
never
it's
got
there.
the
It has to be
fourth
dealt
one.
So is there any way to get experience other than failing the rolls in this game?
No, it's all failure. Well, and starting as a muggle, I guess.
Damn,
Yeah.
rolling too good. 2 sessions, only 1 experience point.
Too good at magic.
You were. I think you were the only one with that problem. Of rolling too good. Okay. Why? Okay. Oh, the mystery was not that. So I thought this was solved because you got the book on War Dragon training, but the mystery was why were they hidden? So are we done with this mystery or we keep it? Or maybe, I think maybe it was pretty obvious why they were kept like they were. That's
Because they ate each other.
yes. So maybe that's a bit more for Alistair and Griselda to decide if this is solved or not.
I would leave the final call up to Mac.
Can you repeat it? Sorry, what the question was.
So the mystery is why are the books on War Dragons hidden?
Well, I don't think we've answered that. We have the book, but we don't know why they're hidden.
Yeah. I think this one is probably also solved. Why is an Emerald Andromeda being weird? I mean, well, it depends if Griselda considers that the explanation of Lawrence and Argus satisfactory.
I mean, I believe them. I just think they're foolhardy in how they're going about talking about it. But they obviously are being truthful in their excited ramblings.
Basically,
just not
all
sneaky.
Lawrence does.
Yeah.
He's not subtle.
So the next mystery, what is the deal with Emmerich? So I guess we're going to rephrase this to why Emmerich disappeared. And you still have the Quill Lady, which we don't have new leads on.
I'm gonna get that quill though.
Well, now you know that an ambulance was a similar one.
Yeah, but would it have gotten that brick noise? We're not sure.
No, but if you want the kill, you can steal from her.
I'm not gonna kill her for it.
Just
Well,
imagine
still,
Griselda.
you are in the same dorms. Come on, how hard can it be?
I pull pranks. I don't kill people. Good over a quill. Good heavens! I'm a Gryffindor.
And we figured out what is on the other secret staircases. So, are there any new mysteries that we want to add? We actually solved 3 this session. Good work.
I feel more like we have goals than.
I suppose one mystery we've whose office were we in? And there were a lot of hats and coats there. So, what was going on?
Oh, yeah,
I think it's pretty obvious it was the headmasters. Just by the virtue that when you left, you realize, oh, we are standing in front of the headmaster's office.
Oh, that's fine. Right.
Is the headmaster Dumbledore?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
And I think I would assume that if Dumbledore was having a meeting, and given that the coats were in his room, it was probably with someone good like the Order of the Phoenix. So I wouldn't feel the need to investigate as closely. Personally,
Okay.
other people might feel differently though.
And whoever disappeared, I didn't say. I lost his name. I picked up he disappeared. But
Emmerich,
yeah,
the jerk.
disappearing kids ain't a good thing, right? So, so that's probably the other one.
Yeah. So nothing related to the Ministry and the Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, I guess the Ravenclaw who was being blackmailed. Like, I don't know. I don't have a specific mystery. Just who is she working with, and what is she planning on doing?
Yeah. So yeah, a short, a generic. What is the deal with PbtA?
Yeah.
Yeah. So unless
And I don't think the Order of the Phoenix is mysterious to me because my parents are in it, and I've been eavesdropping since I was like 2.
yeah.
So
Okay. Gonna stop the streaming now because we got all the bookies.